Well, hello there, hi there, welcome to Just for today's video. Well, it's probably going to be a long one. I'm going to go through Selena, Taylor, Justin, Travis, Blanco, and we're going to see, and maybe a few others. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to get their January predictions, and I'm going to go week by week, so if any of this interests you, stay tuned. I'm going to just jump right in with Miss Selena Gomez. First week of January 2026. First week of January 2026 for Selena Gomez. Okay, in her past, there was love and connection. Currently, it's time to celebrate. She's finding success in love. Luck is on her side. This is her hidden influence, so she doesn't know how lucky she is yet, but she's going to find out. Her advice is to continue to care about others, her pets, her animals, her family, her friends, and what that brings about is a time of reflection, just looking back. So as she is entering into the new year, she's probably reflecting back on the past of 2025 and maybe even beyond. I hope that y'all can hear me. Let me move my mic a little bit closer. So the love and connection that she's most likely reflecting upon during her first week of January. Very nice. Second week, what is coming up for Selena Gomez? Second week of January 2026. Okay, past energy. This is an energy that, it is important to what is in the present now. It's what she's carrying, like a lingering energy that comes into her present. We have release, letting go from the past, and now she's in that time of reflection. Once again, same card coming out. The hidden influence is discontent and loss. So there's something from her past that she needs to let go of that she lost. It could be a relationship, it could be a mindset, whatever it may be. Let's see, what is her advice and the likely outcome for her second week in January 2026? The advice is to deal and nurture any hurt feelings that she may have that are still lingering around, and she needs to bring balance into her life. Once she deals with the hurt feelings, the discontent of a heartbreak from the past that she's still learning to release, she let it go, she's reflecting on it, she's not content either maybe with the way that the relationship ended or the way that it's just still lingering in her energy. The advice is to deal with the hurt feelings, and the likely outcome is that justice will be served. She will find the balance that she desires, and things will level out. Also indicates like the truth will come out. Third week of January for Miss Selena Gomez. What are Selena's predictions for the third week in January 2026? Miss Selena Gomez. Let's see. Third week for Selena. Well, challenges ahead. Something from the past is coming up or still lingering around that was tough. Presently, she's reaching out because she needs help. She's going to get there the quickest way possible, whether if that's through travel where she needs to go to a destination, but she may need to go somewhere in order to receive the help that she needs for whatever, brain fog and confusion. That's what she needs to deal with. So she's still a little bit of clarity and confusion on her mind, so she needs a way to clear her mind and have clear thoughts. Because there's confusion, and the likely outcome is she'll be making progress. So she reached out for some help presently because there's a challenge probably lingering from the second week or whatnot, and what she doesn't see is that the help is coming in the quickest way possible, and she needs to clear her mind. The help is coming to help her clear her mind, and she will be making progress by the end of the 3rd week. Let's move into the 4th week of January. What do you think that is? Do you think it's mental health issues, or do you think it's like something else? I don't know what the challenge would be. Challenges, frustrations, hiccups, we all have them in life on a day-to-day. So let's see. 4th week for Selena Gomez, 4th week of January 2026 for Selena Gomez. Consequence of a bad choice from the past is still lingering. It's lingering in her energy. I'm just thinking back on the weeks prior to this. Is it this concerning the challenges from last week? I'm not sure, but let's see. There's a consequence to a bad choice. Presently, she's on the move, so that could be things that when the help came, she's moving right along. What she doesn't see coming is a new beginning, fresh new thoughts, fresh new ideas, and just kind of moving beyond whatever that challenge was from the week before and whatever the bad decision was that she made for herself. The advice is a change in perspective. So yeah, she's changing her mind and seeing things differently. So maybe the bad choice wasn't really a bad choice, but sometimes we inflict things on ourselves. So let's see what the likely outcome is for Miss Selena coming up in the 4th week is prepare and organize. So it seems maybe there were flight plans, maybe it was a destination, maybe there's a hiccup at work. Whatever it was challenging. It wasn't clear to her, but by the end of the month, it seems like she's moving in the right direction and dealing with whatever bad decisions she may have made. Any consequences. She has a fresh start, and from the week before, a new perspective and a change in perspective by the end of the month. And she is preparing and organizing her thoughts and her itinerary. So very good for Miss Selena Gomez. Now let's just see what's coming up for her husband, Mr. Benny Blanco, during the 1st week. Well, actually, let me do the 4 weeks. I was just going to cut his down to 2 weeks, the first 2 and then the last 2. Same with Travis, but I may as well do all of their weeks ahead. So 1st week of January 2026 for Benny Blanco. What are his predictions for the 1st week of January 2026? Affected by the external world around him is the past energy, and presently boundaries are being challenged. Oh, okay. The hidden influence is he's on the move. There's a vehicle transport, so maybe there's a challenge with transportation, just like what Selena, I'm not sure. Oh, he doesn't like planes, and she had the fastest way possible would have been a plane. That card is filled with planes. The advice is social connection. Get online and figure it out, and connect socially with others. The outcome is treat yourself to something good. So the 1st week doesn't look bad, but the boundaries are being challenged, and it has to do with the way in which he travels. All right, so let's see. The 2nd week, maybe they were planning something, and the quickest way there is through flight. Selena may need to get somewhere. Benny may need to be there for support, and with his I don't fly anywhere, it could become very challenging. All right, so maybe Selena didn't take that so well, and there was a little hiccup, a disagreement, we'll say. Let's see, 2nd week of January 2026 for Mr. Benny Blanco. A choice will be made from the past energy, so coming in from the 1st week into the 2nd, a choice was made in that time frame. Loss of sleep and fatigue. Okay, so presently he probably drove to whatever the destination is, so he's tired, or he's just overworked. One of the two. He's tired and he's losing sleep. So let's see. What is the hidden influence for Benny is burdens and responsibilities are getting in his way. Okay, and needing to really reflect on that. During this second week, the advice for him is mental struggle. So deal with it. You have to make a decision, and the mental confusion may be, a struggle at probably making a decision here about his burdens and responsibilities and things of that nature, and the likely outcome is unexpected expense. He may have to find new ways to travel. I really feel that this is his traveling, but the burdens and responsibilities, he's going to have some unexpected expenses, but at least the choice and the decision has been made. So moving right along into his third week of January, what are Benny Blanco's predictions for the third week of January 2026? Benny Blanco, week 3 of January 2026. Alrighty. Treating yourself is the past energy. That is whatever he treated himself to. He's enjoying it this week. Mental struggle showing up presently in his present, so he's carrying that along. Reward for effort is the hidden influence. So whatever he did, it's going to work out okay. He'll be rewarded for, at least giving it a try, giving it a go. The advice is to end the battle. Stop the bickering if there's bickering, but to end the battle, whatever the challenge was, just make your decision and end it, and success and celebrate is the final outcome for that. So whatever it is, he will resolve it. He treats himself, but there is still some, an inability to kind of probably make a sound decision for himself, but he does give it a go. He does give it a try. If there was an argument or a hiccup, it will be resolved and he will be successful, and celebrate that. Maybe there's another pint of $200 blueberries for him. It's a golden ice cream cone in that card, so I would say some golden blueberries for Benny. They did look delicious. I'm sure they're not worth $200, but still. It would be great to be able to treat yourself to $200 blueberries every now and again if they're so delicious. So let's see, what is the final week in January for Benny Blanco? What are Benny Blanco's predictions for the final week in January 2026? Past energy, reconnecting, and relive past. So something from the past is still showing up in from something from the past is being brought into the now, affecting the now. Something from his past, he's bored and not moving around anywhere. He's in his little bubble, so cooped up, maybe working, maybe there isn't any work the fourth week, who knows, or not enough to keep his mind busy and his body entertained. So he's bored from the inactivity. The hidden influence is reach out, call someone, call a friend, reach out, help is needed. So, if you're bored and you don't know what to do, maybe he's going to reach out to someone from his past that he was reluctant to before, and maybe that is what will be happening. Maybe somebody from his past is going to reconnect this week. The advice is a choice will be made, so you have to choose one or the other. I'm not sure what it is, but a choice will be made. So let's see. That's at least, the advice is to make a decision. Alright, so the final outcome, the likely outcome for Mr. Benny is completing a cycle. So this will be said and done by the end of the month. Maybe he won't be bored anymore. Maybe he won't be living in his little bubble. A bubble full of those blueberries. We don't know, but let's just see. Let's move along to see what is coming in for Miss Taylor Swift during January 2026. Predictions for the first week of January 2026 for Miss Taylor Swift, who is embarking upon an engagement. But the reading that I recently did, there's definitely some hurt feelings, some bumps and bruises throughout the year. So same with Justin and Hailey. Now I did a few readings and they all were releasing and letting something go, and then by this time next year, I don't suspect that the two of them are, I suspect that they will be separated, but we'll find out. So let's see. Miss Taylor Swift, her first week of January 2026. All right, boundaries and challenges are what are coming in from the past. So somebody may have tested her, challenged her to something. I like what she did for her employees that worked the Eras Tour. A very nice extreme bonus for each of them. What she's doing right now is changes are coming, so somebody crossed a line, but she's making changes presently for whatever boundary may have been broken or pushed upon. What she doesn't see coming is her strategy, the thought and strategy that she's putting into this in order to establish a firm boundary with someone. She's making changes. The advice is discontent and loss. So you kind of just, you win some, you lose some, that's it. Be okay with the way things are, because you may have to establish a boundary with someone and maybe you're going to lose their friendship. So let's see. The likely outcome is a vitality boost. She will feel good about this in the long run. So moving right along into the second week of January 2026 for Ms. Taylor Swift, embarking upon marriage. Let's see. Maybe it has to do with somebody on her list, like of who to invite. Let's see. Second week of January 2026 for Ms. Taylor Swift. Increased intuition, so she's learning to trust her gut, right? And it's just at a high level right now. High priestess energy. So presently there's a consequence to a bad choice. Let's see, maybe she didn't trust her gut and it's a consequence there. All right, the hidden influence is calm and clearing her mind. Just she won't always be struggling with the consequence to not trusting her gut. All right, through prayer and meditation, it brings about peace, and that's what she doesn't. Peace is underway. She doesn't see it coming, but it's going to come. The advice is unexpected surprise. So the advice is like, surprise someone with something unexpected. Give a gift that keeps on giving. Like, shoot, send me a check. I want to work for Taylor. Let's see, there's something unexpected coming in for her. Do something out of the ordinary. So let's see what the likely outcome will be. She'll be able to see both sides. So very good resolution to the problem. And let's just take a look into her third week. Proceed carefully for Ms. Swift. Okay, proceed with caution because she did have to set a boundary. Remember that. So let's see. One step at a time. In the present, we have tension escalates. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The hidden influence is changes are coming. And so, again, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Things will resolve. The tension will ease. The advice is fixing the problem. Exactly. You will fix the problem. Call someone. Get some help. If you don't know how, the likely outcome is affected by the external. So she will be probably reaching out to somebody else to help her fix the problem and to proceed with caution because the tension escalated. So outside influences and so forth are going to come in and help her to create this change and fix the problem. It could be dealing with her house. Maybe there's a plumbing issue. Who knows? That was the 3rd week, so we're moving into her final week. Taylor Swift's 4th week. Taylor Swift's 4th week, January 2026, or was that the 2nd? Let's do her 3rd week. I think that was their 3rd week for Taylor Swift. What is her 3rd week? If not, it'll just be an additional message for her 3rd week. Time to reflect. Be brave and deal with it. Okay. Woo, she's reflecting on what had transpired in the week before, and just being brave and dealing with whatever was at hand. The hidden influence is releasing and letting go. So just not letting things bother you and get under your skin. What is the advice? She doesn't see that coming, but she will let go, or someone in her energy will. The advice is to face the challenges because there's more ahead, right? You just have to deal with things feeling like there's a dark cloud hovering over her head, and the advice is to just deal with it. And the likely outcome is she will again be proceeding with caution. Proceed carefully, one step at a time. All right, so the 4th week, if that wasn't a double up on the 3rd. So the 4th week for Miss Taylor Swift. Let's just see what's coming in for the 4th and final week of January 2026 for Miss Taylor Swift. And then we'll move into Kelce. Let's see what's coming up here for Taylor. Caring for others. All right, so that may have been something that she's bringing it in from her past, but she could be spending time with her pets, her kitties, so forth, friends and family, just, bringing that energy in that is affecting the present, and she's celebrating. So celebrating with those who she cares for and whom she loves. And what is the hidden influence that will impact this? Strength is needed. So courage. That's it. She doesn't see the courage that she has, but she has it, and the strength that she needs, she will gain it. The advice is to block out the chaos. Yes, block it out. Throw on your headphones and hold back from entertaining any kind of baloney during the 4th week of January. You don't have to listen to it. That outside noise. No, tune it out. Again, challenges ahead. She just feels like there's a dark cloud over her head, and strength is needed to face these challenges, but she knows that when she blocks some folks out of her life, there are challenges that will arise in the future. So not a bad month, not an excellent month, but not a bad month. It just seems like dealing with some folks in her life and setting some strong boundaries, and the effects of that sometimes are difficult. They're difficult to establish, and they're difficult to maintain. So let's move along to Kelce. His 1st week of January. Avoid or keep to yourself. All right. Well, I would imagine so, because he's just coming up out of the NFL, and he's very hurt over the loss, but also he's being pushed out, right? He's retiring, I believe so, not sure. Presently, yeah, avoid or keep to yourself, and then in the present, he's just surrounded at home by family and his loved ones. Let's see, the hidden influence. Well, transportation, vehicle transport. So get into where he wants to go. Maybe someone's going to come, maybe the family's coming to him, right? He doesn't want to go anywhere, basically. He may be having a bit of a depressive, like a depression over, where he's going in life. Oh, of course, because the advice is just a new beginning. What is the likely outcome? So embracing something new, a fresh start. Don't worry about it. You're still moving in the right direction in life, but it is his career. And protect your energy. Yeah, he's the likely outcome is he's going to protect his energy by kind of refilling his cup by being around those that he cares about, like family and friends. And he tried to be by himself. It looks like family and friends are showing up for him and coming to him because he's been kind of isolating and withdrawn. All right, let's move into a second week. That is a big pinch for someone whose entire career is just going down. They didn't win the Super Bowl. They didn't make the playoffs. The Super Bowl hasn't gone yet, but they didn't make the playoffs or have the opportunity to win the Super Bowl, and his career is basically over, right? So from what I understand, I don't really know because I'm not a football girl. However, let's just see. Was that his second week? Let's move along into his second week. Emotional overwhelm. Okay, yeah, that he's bringing in from that first week. And let's see. End to the battle. So by the second week, he's going to be feeling much better emotionally. The hidden influence that he doesn't see coming is people coming to him to help him through this tough time. His brother, his mother, his father, maybe Taylor's having people come. I'm not sure, but people coming toward him. All right. Advice is balance. You need balance. So that's just like doing things to maintain stability, mental stability during this downtime. He's really struggling with this. And the likely outcome is improved situation. Very good. Being around others to help fill your cup, and that they're coming to you, right? They're doing all of the driving. He hasn't reached out. He hasn't invited them in, but they know that he's down and they're showing up for him at this time. So let's move right along into his fourth week. Fourth week for Travis Kelce. January 2026. He may feel slighted in some kind of way. I only say that because of the way the cards wanted to cut, but all right. Travis Kelce during his fourth week. Let's see. All right. Past energy is he's making progress. Very good. As he's moving right along, not letting it keep him down for too long. Okay, career advance. So in the present, he is just kind of where do I go? What do I do? By the end of January, he'll have it figured out. Advancing in his career. His new career, I would say. So let's see. I don't know. We'll find out by the end of January, I suppose. The hidden influence here is consequence of a bad choice. Okay? So he doesn't see that there's a consequence to a bad choice. And the advice is to avoid or keep to yourself. Okay, so if you made a bad decision, all right, maybe he acted out during this time of, being, it seems like sadness, uncertainty about the future, a touch of depression. So he's avoiding, he's keeping to himself because he made a bad decision during this time. And the likely outcome is boredom and inactivity. Being isolated and avoiding people, so he's going to get bored. Maybe he's, who knows? what the bad choice was. But we'll see. Maybe we'll find out by the beginning of February. And that's what I have for those four, the two couples. Maybe let's do Justin Bieber and Hailey. May as well. Let's just see here. Moving right along. We'll do Hales first, and then Justin. Mrs. Hailey Bieber. First week of January predictions for Hailey Bieber. Now, let's see. First week of predictions for January 2026 for Hailey Bieber. What are they? And then we'll move into Justin. Big news is coming. Big news from the past. So whatever, maybe there will be an announcement by the end of the year. What I have here is, my mic is very loud. What I have, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Anyhow, let me just keep it going. Big news and announcement. So, I was going to tell you the date. Today is December 22nd, so we haven't even hit Christmas yet. But let's just see. For the first week of January, there's big news. So, let's see. Time to reflect presently during that first week. And what's the hidden influence on this? Is that big baby news there or what? Who knows? Fixing the problem. Okay, well, time to reflect. And yeah, so any problems that Hales may have, she's reflecting on them. The advice for Hailey is choose the quickest, fastest way out of there. Fix the problem and then be done. And proceed carefully is what she is going to do. In the likely outcome is that she will proceed with caution. She's going to take things one step at a time. She's fixing the problem the quickest way possible and reflecting on something that has to do with the big news. What's the big news? Because it doesn't seem to be like her news, but there's some kind of big news coming in that's affecting her. So maybe it's Justin. Maybe we'll find some clarity. Let's see. Hailey's second week of January 2026. What are Hailey Bieber's predictions for the second week of January 2026? Lack of motivation. Okay, so like I said, it didn't feel like the big news was it was big news, but it's affecting her not in a big way, in a big positive way is what I should say. And the present would be consequence and bad choice. Consequence to a bad choice. All right, so that's what she'll be dealing with during the second week of January. Let's see, what is the hidden influence? She has a support system, and they're coming to help. Very good. And the advice is, make your decisions. It's time to grow up. All right, transform, make some changes, and grow. So it's time to grow up. Stop being a spoiled little brat. That's all. You're a mama now. You can't afford those things. I hope that she doesn't start doing a whole bunch of filler and turning into a creature. The likely outcome is a new beginning. Very good. So her support system comes in. That's friends, family, people who are on her side, even if it's counselor, pastor, therapist, whatever the case may be. I don't know the young lady's life, but support comes. Crockett. Third week. Come on, get down. Get down. Get down. Thank you. Yeah, you could sit there. Sorta. Get out of my coffee cup, though. I don't want a fur ball. Let's see. Third week for Hailey Bieber, January 2026. What does it bring for Hailey Bieber the third week of January? Increased intuition, trusting herself, learning to trust her gut, instinctual. So let's see. Burdens and responsibilities are coming up for her third week. Burdens and responsibilities, and just learning to trust. Trust may be an issue. The hidden factor is strength is needed, and she will find the courage and the strength to face her fears and to just power through whatever the burdens and responsibilities are. Also, trusting your motherly intuition here. I feel like this is, the responsibilities of her being a parent, and really trusting that she knows what's best for her child. Let's see, the advice is a choice will be made. So it's time to make a decision. And last week was the decision, the advice was to grow up and make some changes. So she will make a choice and a decision that will affect her life. And the likely outcome is home and family. So very good. She's going to choose the responsibility. If this was about work and the burdens of working as a mother, she's choosing home and family first. So good for Mrs. Bieber. Now let's move into her fourth week in January 2026. What is to come? What are the predictions for Mrs. Hailey Bieber? Fourth week of January 2026. Let's just see. All right, Hailey Bieber. I like Hailey. I know she has a lot of haters. All right, from the past into the present, challenges ahead. So feeling that dark cloud, knowing that like whatever she chose the family, it's going to be challenging either way. Maybe monetarily, maybe it's just her spirit, choosing home and family over work burdens. Present, she is resting and relaxing. Very good. So what is the hidden influences? What's the hidden influence? That's her just taking a break. Stay the status quo. Very good. So things will stay the same. Things will stay the same. And she's relaxed. So fixing the problem is the advice. So again, time to grow up, time to make changes, push through them. She will, with the courage and facing her fears and giving herself a bit of a break. Put your bad away, Hailey. Everything's not your fault. Now, what is the likely outcome? Comfort zone. Again, that kind of speaks to family, friends, and just staying in this space of taking a break and where she's comfortable. All right, now let's move along to her husband, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, January 2026. What are Justin Bieber's predictions for January 2026? Alrighty. In the past, a choice will be made. So a choice was made in the past. Present, first week, he's proceeding with caution and taking it a step at a time. What he doesn't see coming is that he needs to balance things out. Tell the truth, balance things out, or just bring balance into your life, whatever it is that you are taking caution with, whatever this decision is that you made. So unexpected surprise, give a gift. That's your advice, is to do something unexpected. Do something unexpected. So what is the likely outcome? First week of January. A vitality boost. Isn't that what Hailey had as well? So things are going to liven up. They're going to brighten up. And he's going to be feeling better than he did at the beginning of that week. So let's see, what does the second week of January hold for Justin Bieber? What does the second week? Justin Bieber, the second week of January 2026. Affected by the external. So external influences. Proceed with caution. So he's very cautious during the first half of January. Same position, Same card. So the hidden influence, mental struggle. Okay, so a decision and just being drained by, you know, whatever is going on. Maybe things are piling up and he's affected by external influences, and it could just be like weighing him down and a lot on his mind. Let's see, what is the advice? Is deal with your hurt feelings, okay? If you hurt someone's feelings, apologize, but if your feelings are hurt, it's time to feel them and deal with them in a healthy way. Likely outcome is not as expected. Oh, well, we'll see what comes. Okay. Are we moving into the third week of January 2026 for Mr. Justin Bieber? What's to come during the second week? January 2026. I mean, the third week for Justin Bieber 2026. It's coming up for Justin, the third week of 2026. Third week, Justin Bieber 2026. Let's see. Innovative idea. So, okay, so something, he has an idea that's coming up. Ooh, an idea that brings abundance and prosperity, because that's what's on his mind during the third week. And the fastest way to get there, maybe he has to go somewhere to get it. Maybe this abundance and prosperity is coming much more quickly than he realizes. Could be a flight, a trip, whatever, the fastest way, I think, to be able to create the abundance from this innovative idea. The advice is to stay the same, you know, status quo. So let's see, what is the likely outcome? Renewed passion. I feel music. He's coming at music or something within his entertainment, you know, he has an idea, he's going to make gains from it. He's going to get there quicker than he believes. And things will stay the same because he has a renewed passion for music. Not sure. If things are staying the same, then it's a renewed passion for music. If that is regarding his career, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's see what the fourth week brings for Mr. Justin Bieber, January 2026. What does the fourth week of January bring for Mr. Justin Bieber? Take a leap and take action. He's going for it, folks. Whatever this innovative idea is, maybe it's his clothing line. What does he have out there? Skylark or whatnot? Whatever it is, it's going to create some monies for him. And since Mrs. Bieber is choosing the family and to take a break and to relax and things, maybe this is needed. Very good. He's taking a risk. And what will he be doing? A change of perspective. So he's beginning to see things a little bit differently during the fourth week. And the hidden influence with that is that he is making progress. So maybe there was a point where like there was something he wouldn't budge on. I would never do that. Maybe he was running on fear. Maybe he didn't think that something would work. Well, now he's going for it. He has changed his mind by the fourth week, and he will be making progress. He just doesn't know it yet. Let's see. The advice is to transform and grow. Yeah, both he and Hailey have had the advice of grow up, make the changes and grow from them. I feel like it's just maturity. So what is the likely outcome for Mr. Justin Bieber during the fourth week of January 2026? Staying the same. So the advice is to make some changes and grow, but he's not going to do that. Okay, stubborn little Pisces. He's a Pisces, right? But he's not a Taurus, but he may have Taurus placements or Aries or something. He may even Sag. Just hard-nosed, stubborn. He's not going to make the changes during the fourth week. But he has changed his mind, and he is going to leap forward, and he will make progress with these changes. But change takes time. Okay? Change takes time. So Good for Mr. Bieber. And that's what I have for today's video.